FNG, I will say, I do like the Witch Doctor in that scenario. Counter ganking, 3 heroes standing directly on top of each other. Then the coconut starts to shine. Bottom, you do get a rotate from Makoto. You're going to try and push this tower with FBZ. And in response, Gambit will probably just do the exact same thing up top. And it will be an Arcanes into Pipe Rush on Shacklow. Interesting. I would, again, prefer HOD first, but, you know, teach their own. He won't get this tower tonight. Looks like, yep, FBZ will take it out. But consider Shacklow as the off-laner 2 levels above his counterpart mid, and it's the same with, or rather on the off-lane, mid is the same, 11 versus 9. Gambit, certainly with a XP lead here.
I like how Gambit are also just like that was a pretty low chance that StarLadder's charge forward was ever going to do anything, but just making Boom bring attention back to the tier 1 tower, so then on bottom lane, they can find this attack. And Abaddon, still again, as always, holding the point for borrowed time, paralyzing cask, does not throw out. I think he just got out of range at the very end of that.
Yeah, also, by the way, GPK is a blink.
Yeah.
This is something he might look to utilize soon. Going for the Death Zone next, and already looking to see how many points he wants to put in Meld. Typically, yeah, that's what I figured. He's going to skip the level 2 trap and max Meld now before Sideblade, because you got a blink.
That's a huge stack just to be taken out. That was a double and a triple from Makoto. Even though they do need to pull up the other wave again.
He's going for that Chrysalis build instead of the Orchid. We've seen a bunch of Void Spirits do this top lane. Oh man, were you really a Maelstrom?
It's just trade-off. I don't think anyone can actually get a kill out of this combination.
I gotta say, Tobes, I am not a fan of this Maelstrom Lifestealer. You are majorly threatened by physical damage here. Armlet represents so much HP and armor, and now you're in a point where like Riki, SlarDar, RTA, like they can just absolutely explode you once this Deso comes up. They're gonna look to dive. They have Dust.
Yeah, they're looking for Dream. He's already been hit by the AA blast, the TA trap, Dream herself. Taunt running himself away, maybe thinking twice about that. My God, Dream can just keep up.
See what I mean?
Infest, move away. Makoto will be the delivery service to give Lifestealer time to regen. SlarDar still wants a piece of this. Putting up that corrosive haze. At least they see Boom retreating, but this just means the tier 1 tower will now be taken. Maybe think of it from another way, Kyle. Like what is the Maelstrom for? Like, why is he sitting there saying, like, I need to get this item? Is it just a farm increaser? Is it this, the ability to push out lanes?
Yeah, it's just a comfort, right? And sure, it does increase your farming speed slightly, but, you know, I'm especially wary of it when you consider that Riki is so, like, it's TA SlarDar, right? You already know it's going to be a ton of minus armor, and this is super effective in assistance for a Riki because his ultimate Agi-based damage is also physical, so it's increased by minus armor. So it's like twice as nice to get it. And you just saw there how much damage he'll take. This is before he would be going to below 0. There's no TA factor, there's no Deso, there's no Melt Strike. It's also going to limit their ability to do Roche themselves if they don't have that Armlet Deso build on the Lifestealer. In fact, I'd say Boom cannot do Roche this game at all. And Gambit's going to have the luxury of playing this with 1 or 2 Aegises for free. This is a huge edge, especially on the Radiant side. Bottom.
Ice Blast is flying down. GPK this time around will not get hit by it.
Yep, 150 CS at 13 minutes. That's insane.
Oh, Void Spirit. The haze is up. He can still jump away. That's exactly what he'll do, down into the river.
It's also kind of crazy watching this new Gambit. I mean, FN, good player, don't get me wrong. But GPK just seems like he makes this team work. And I don't know if it's because, you know, if you look at OG and maybe even Secret, it's probable perhaps it's all about the cores. Like, you just feel more comfortable playing around someone and you recognize their patterns and like their style a bit better. But I mean, this guy has been performing incredibly well so far at the tournament. He's going to have a Deso and 300 gold. And it looks like that'll be their timing.
It's like the old school teams, just like, we always look to the mid. Like, okay, yeah, the safe lane is good, the off lane is okay, but the mid was the superstar. And this Gambit lineup, I reckon GPK does fill that role.
Yeah, pipe complete on Shacklow, so they're going to have a sick timing in a few moments. SlarDar trying to finish his blink off middle. He's 700 off, but you'll have a Diffusal Riki, Pipe Darkseer, and Blink Deso TA all at about the same time. That's nuts. And then I think if you get this mid tower, suddenly you just start crushing through the map.
Carter? He's got the jump away.
Ale.
In fact, yeah, Excess Vampires could be careful around that. And there's that, yep, there's that Deso you're talking about. Pre-15.
This is insane timing.
And they're trying to contest for the bottom runes. The top will already be taken out by Ricky, but then again, Darkseer. Oh, back. Look for your target. Darkseer wall is down. High, getting bashed up by Excess Vampire. He's going to be surged away to safety. So difficult to keep this chase on. Not the most maneuverable lineup from Boom.
Huh. He's already got max vac. Only 3 points in the surge, so I actually kind of like this decision when you consider that if you hit an AoE vac stun with Maledict, especially when that Maledict's maxed out, that straight up just wins you the team fight. You talked about how they had plenty of single target. This way of finding adequate AoE could prove very effective, especially when we expect a big fight to break out around this mid tower in a couple of minutes or so. And here's a smoke. Maybe bottom comes first.
Yeah, they'll have to go after Lifestealer. Pretty difficult target. Infest is up and running.
GPK's not here.
That is true. But they've got everybody else, and there's your jump forward. Could not get the smoke screen up in time, so Rage Lifestealer just moves back, and in fact now, as Makoto initiates in, takes out Excess Vampire. And they really want to keep this charge going. And that's one way to deliver the Lifestealer forward. Put him into the Void Spirit.
Gotta be careful here, though. You don't know where GPK is. He's going to show on top ward. Huh. It was a weird play by Gambit there, but at the end of the day, like that was just a free 1,000 gold of space for GPK. You check him out, he's top of the net worth by far, and you only lose a support. I'm very worried for Kezcute in this game. I don't really think, you know, of all the one downside of the AA, right, especially, and you can see this in the StarLadder Riki immediate follow-up to that first pick, is what the hell do you do if you get jumped on by Diffusal Riki, other than feed?
Die. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, that's a good jump. Double damage rune for the Void Spirit, and Excess Vampire took 3 hits from 3 different sides and died.
Yep. And they do have the Vlads picked up on FBZ, so if he gets back walled, that'll go for free to the Radiant team. And Hyde goes down. That's a Diffusal Ion Shell Riki. Not much you can do there.
It is showing the weakness of their lineup, however. Like without the TA, you don't force a building.
Yeah, but I don't really know if they mind. GPK's just like, you know what, guys, I'm liking this. I'll just get a BKB. However, I do think they could attempt to at least think about a Roshan. Again, this mid tower, to me, this is the play you make. At least force a little pressure here. Have GPK shove top and then look to collapse inwards. Although the warding from Dire has done a really nice job of at least being able to suss out his movements. 3 wards all in this top half of the map. GPK's patterns often take him right on top of them. A Lifestealer with the Sanj. He'll have his Halberd in just a moment. This is huge, but that BKB from TA, if he gets it off first, and you don't really care any longer.
He will reach that before. Well, then again, 3 men all going towards the TA. Ice Blast from downtown, and that's going to be one very dead GPK. Down for a long period of time, and now you're seeing Boom trying to force the issue. Great thing about Abaddon's great at bringing down these early towers.
I just can't believe it's Boom looking to make the first move on a tower. I felt like Gambit had this insane momentum.
They were waiting for the BKB.
But, dude, next item Syndrome.
Here we go.
It's going around.
Looking for the vac wall. Going to catch out 2. Able to get both the Abaddon, but then into the backlines. The Avalanche FNG copying heavy amounts of damage very early on. Excess Vampire trying to do his own little run, but the toss in, and they stay on top of Dream. Can jump himself over towards Chargelo, giving some extra information, but pulled again back by this Remnant. No way to really properly escape. Darkseer was doing everything he could to get Dream out of there. But 4 heroes lost from Gambit, and Boom have just broken the backs of the mid lane.
Did they just take a team fight straight up 4-on-5 without their top net worth hero?
Yep. TA was dead that entire time, not involved, and yeah, they thought they had it.
This is the Void Spirit factor, right? Was it Winner who was saying Makoto somebody to watch? Look at it, just comes in on the backside, 3-man pulse, straight up crushes FNG. You're not casting ultimate here. And they just chase for more. Like, what? I'm just curious as to how this was going to work, especially when you vac wall initiate on, I believe, the Abaddon and the Lifestealer. 2 heroes you're just not going to kill. I love Darkseer against Abaddon. You get the auras, you get the passive, but yeah, you can see. That's a calm,
that's a very happy captain.
Man. Hell yeah.
A very happy captain. All right, guys, been waiting for our opportunity. Our opportunity is this. And Gambit are willing to step up to the plate and strike out.
Yeah, just I think they haven't played, for lack of a better phrase, they're not playing Dota 2. They're playing a PvE farming simulator. And while that appears good, then you realize, wait, it just feels like they've squandered their timing. Roshan's still active. They've had Deso for 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm. They are at least like getting a hell of a lot of items. So for everything that happened, this is the first real swing we're seeing Golden Experience going the way of Boom. But it was about a like 2,500 gold and 4,000 experience lead going the way of Gambit. But this now, with a big fight from Boom, this is now going to mean items for them. Like, it's going to mean progression for Lifesteal. Like, he's already got the Halberd, and he's already looking towards an Assault Cuirass as his next primary item. Roshan has begun.
Watch how fast this dies.
Pretty fast.
Probably could have done this a little while ago, guys.
They're coming over. Infest up. Ice Blast is coming in. They've already found one target out. The
Oh,
Ice Blast!
jeez.
The Dream instantly explodes. Shashlo will die as well. The Aegis Immortal got to the hand to GPK. So at least he got himself out there alive with the Aegis. But it looks like Boom aren't finished just yet. Blink off cooldown in 1 second time. FNG will not escape. 3 heroes lost. And now with these 3 heroes down, maybe you just push the mid. You take the tier 2. I mean, they keep chasing. They're chasing for the TA. Blink is on cooldown for the moment. So there's your jump forward. You'll Scepter to begin with, pull him back in. Hyde's got the first bit of damage. Now for the second time around, they're going to have the ice. They've actually got the Ice Blast already back off cooldown. The BKB from GPK, that's his first 10-second BKB duration. Starts his TP out. Very smart from Excess Vampire, just blinks and sprints away.
I mean,
he had nothing to do there at all.
Boom's just straight up outplaying him. And I know I'll get flamed. You show him to roast. They roast. They got owned. But Tiny has a blink dagger, Toby. He just picked it up off that fight middle. You had an advantage, a significant one. That's no longer there when this first Roche play happens at 20+ minutes instead of 13, 14 like it could have. And suddenly Boom are the ones with control. They're the team with the ability to remove regen, and they're the only team in this game with a save. They have this Abaddon, which makes it so much easier for Void Spirit and Lifestealer to play this game. I talked about Lifestealer doesn't have armor items, but he'll have an AC soon.
Gambit looking for a fight again. BKB is still on cooldown for another 25 seconds. They're searching for a target, but they just can't find one. Tiny's already blinked away after breaking the first smoke.
Radiant's bottom tower.
This feels like more of a make something happen smoke than one with a declared objective.
Maybe
they're just hoping to find heroes in their jungle. It will give FNG the opportunity to de-ward, but look at this ward placed. You don't see this one. I mean, check the high ground.
Yeah, which one? You start using your words, Kyle. Sorry. Use your words.
The one.
The observer needs to hear your words, Kyle.
The one on the hill. You don't put it where the eye is. You put it to the little hill left of it, which is worse vision. But
so Radiant jungle, that hillside.
No,
not
a little.
Yeah, a little bit further
left,
down to the left.
Bottom left.
A little down to the left. There you
There's
go.
one. There you go.
That one.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right there.
he knows it might be there, but didn't check. You would need a courier to suss it out. And now they're going to look to go middle. There's a Tiny here, but he's very tanky.
He's got a Lifestealer right behind him too. Like you can try and go for that. But it feels like every time Boom is ready to initiate, like the Ice Blast is always on the right timing as to like I never feel like I have to wait to say Ancient Apparitions Ice Blast. Like it's like you don't have time to say that entire phrase.
Crimson Guard up on the Abaddon as well. They're so tanky now. 30 armor on him. He's not really a target whatsoever. And whoa, wait, what the? Oh my goodness, they have a Shivas already on Makoto.
Yep.
I love this build. The casual Crystallis for just the maximum damage per gold efficiency into Yulst for setup and save, and then a Shivas just to not only provide vision, even more AoE damage in the middle of a fight, but you're just not going to die any longer, especially with an Abaddon behind you. He's got 26 armor.
You know, times too, like he's been very willing, like Voice Bar, I'm going to jump right on top of 3 heroes. Yeah. Like it's not the fear of the Crush, it's not the fear of the Vac, which was actually, like it did put the fear into you early on. And now the Crush forward, Excess Vampire. Not enough information to work with there. Jumps up on the high ground, dies very quickly. And now paralyzing cast, but look towards the Abaddon. This is a borrowed time target, and look at Makoto straight to the back line. It's a good back. Here comes your Ice Blast. Almost everyone from Gambit's going to get hit by this one. At least DPK will get his BKB off. Abaddon still has the borrowed time available. Sounds for the moment, but Boom, they just walk away from all of this. The illusions are following up. The first little Crush comes in. Maybe Tricks of the Trade, Ricky can help do the damage, but again, Makoto, FNG, so low on life. Excess Vampire, they want to remove his stun, then move over towards the Ricky, they'll remove his life. Everything must go, and the Spirit, at least Shashlo can surge, run away from all of it.
They're straight out outplaying him, Toby. Like, and Gambit, it's a kind of a meme. I used to have my team, and even players on other teams repeat. When you play against StarLadder, you buy armor. You do this, and all of a sudden it feels like you just kind of win the game because Excess Vampire, even with the buyback, like he goes in and he dies. He goes in and he dies, and there's no real burst potential. TA is getting those 3-4 hits off on an amp target, but you're opening on an Abaddon with your stun Maledict. FNG is immediately forced out of the fight. This is not something you can actually do, and now over Destruction. Perhaps this will change things for GPK, but they're getting raxed.
Yep, and they don't have Darkseer ultimate. They've got a big Ice Blast flying forward. That one's going to connect over on Chancellor, so...
Dude, Makoto Void Spirit, I think this might just have to be a ban.
You mean just the Void Spirit in general, or just because of him? Like, it feels like he's got a good hero pool.
I mean, I've seen Voids crush games when they rush the Orchid, but I feel like that's a lot more simplistic. It's like, hey, I got him, he's silenced, he can't move, I killed him. I've never seen someone play this smooth with the crit into Yul's build, which just, it's one of those builds, it's like not your perfect game, you will probably want to get the Orchid, but this is one of more of a competitive styles, I guess I'll say. Either way, I think he's just played very well in terms of his positioning and finding the right targets. AC now complete on Dreamacell. They're just going to look to just push top, and neither one of their big cores has even died this game.
See the way GPK is going to try and deal with this. He's got Rapier queued up, buys the Demon Edge.
Yeah, it's necessary.
He now just needs the 1,600 gold to finish.
You also know you're playing against level 20 Lifestealer.
You also know you're playing against an aggressive Boom. They're coming out to fight once again. That's a level 10 StarLadder. He does not want to be near that level 19 Void Spirit.
There is 39% evasion on the Lifestealer right now. He is not targetable.
They're getting the hell out of here, Gambit. And rightly so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're buying time. I think GPK actually, he just TP'd to the bottom lane, so it'll take him another, just over a minute before he can TP back towards the top.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
But he can farm up inside the jungle, get that last little bit of cash to pick up the Rapier, and then it's all YOLO from there.
It's the right move, because if you don't dramatically change the status quo of these team fights, you're going to just straight up lose. Your StarLadder, unfortunately, with no buyback and literally just blink Tranquil Windlace, is a glorified armor minus creep. And you need to be able to just blow somebody up, like straight off.
Oh, they found a target. Goodbye, Excess Vampire. That's now his 7th death of the game.
On the bright side, he's only got a 30-second respawn.
That is
no buyback, no problem.
That is an upside. And on the other upside, GPK is about to pick up his Rapier. Blinks up. There she is.
Let's do it. 27 minutes in, this got to be fast.
He can't TP back for 10 seconds though. He actually has to wait it out. But they have fortification. This will at least slow down Boom, but it won't stop him.
And both supports have Ghost Scepters. He's got to pop them before they get it off, or they're just going to survive and start stunning him, and then turn for a core.
That's going to have to be a very quick pop back. Wall catching out too. Ice Blast is flying forward. GPK is going to get hit by this one. And man, Excess Vampire dead already. The rookie, he can't stand in these fights either. Sitting back at his tier 4 towers. GPK's BKB is going to wear off. Almost got the toss back on him. Instead they find the Witch Doctor. And GPK pull back in for the Remnant. Yul stepped it up. Let the Lotus Orb do its work. As man, he is dead and that's game. He's going to drop the Rapier. And they are not getting that one back. It's in the hands of the Lifestealer. And game 1, Boom ID. You said it multiple times already throughout this game. It just feels like they have outplayed in game 1 Gambit.
Yep, it just comes down to timings, right? And this is something that is